Hi guys, and welcome to my episode 4 review of Kamen Rider Gavv. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. So the episode opens up with Shoma just looking for food, and he's hungry. So he sees, some vegetables growing at a farm, or a vegetable farm, or whatever you want to call it. And Shoma, is trying to, eat the, growing vegetables. And then we see these elderly couple just stopping Shoma, thinking that he's a vegetable thief. And Shoma is like apologizing, and then Shoma just passes out of starvation again. And the elderly couple are like a little bit shocked and a little bit scared for Shoma. And then we cut to the villain's main lair or hideout, and we see Sheeta and Jeep. That's their names. The two female twins are lookalikes. They're talking about, Shoma as a Kamen Rider and, him having a red Gavv, investigating what Shoma is and why he's beating up their Monster of the Week, their Granoots, or, their workers. And we see another one of our main villains, Neville. He's the one with the glasses. He's sort of, the evil genius, I would say, the one with the glasses. And, he's talking to Sheeta and Jeet about Shoma, and that saying that he's counting on them to solve this problem while he's doing the big work. And so he leaves, and then Sheeta and Jeep are about to do their plans. And then of course the opening of the show opens up, and I still love the opening of the series. I still love the main opening theme of this series, the song that plays. But then we cut to Shoma talking to the elderly couple, and the elderly couple again mistakes Shoma for their deceased son Makoto. And we see Shoma is bonding with the elderly couple, and then the elderly couple offer Shoma some food to eat, and they bond. Shoma eats. Shoma gets a meal. And then we cut back to Hanto. Hanto meets the scientist that was introduced during the end of the last episode, episode 3. And so Hanto talks to the scientist, and the scientist's name is Hanzo Suga. So Suga talks to Hanto about the Granoots, the Monster Weeks, and also talks about how they abduct people, and that they use them to turn the people into dark treats. And Suga explains to Hanto about that he's working on a way to fight these, the Monster Weeks, the Granoots, and, the stronger ones. And he's trying to, reverse engineer something, and that he shows Hanto the Gochizos that he, stole from the last episode, from episode 3, and that he's working a way to, make something that, that they can fight the Granoots and the Monster Weeks. And eventually, Hanto realizes that the monster that took his mother was, probably, was used to, create a dark tree, and Hanto's all, sad and pissed off. And so Suga is like, I understand your feeling, and I'm gonna try to reverse engineer, this, things, these little creatures, the Gochizos. They don't know what they're called, or the minions, so Shoma's minions, or Gochizos. But, they're working on it. And then we eventually cut to Shoma. There's a little funny scene of Shoma working on the vegetable farm, the elderly couple's vegetable farm. And, he's working hard, and he's also working hard on some chores. And eventually, Shoma and the elderly couple, they're talking, and then eventually they're eating, taking a break from, doing their chores. And then Shoma's offered some marshmallows, and of course, Shoma, eats the marshmallows. He enjoys the marshmallows. The elderly couple are happy that he enjoys the snack. And we get to see Shoma, creates, a new Gochizo, that being the marshmallow Gochizo. And of course, he hides it from the elderly couple. And then we cut to Hanto talking to his boss from the news that he works with. And Hanto's boss is like, you barely know this scientist guy. How the heck does the scientist guy knows about these monsters, and knows about a little bit of information about this Kamen Rider guy that keeps saving people? And Hanto's like, well, maybe he's older than me, and he's experienced about researching about the monsters. And then Hanto's boss is like, look, we barely know this guy. I want you to keep an eye on this scientist guy. Make sure you keep a close eye on him. What are his motives? Keep an eye on one of his motives, and just keep an eye on this guy. And then Hanto agrees, and we cut to Shoma is with the elderly couple. They were doing some shopping, and then they look all happy. And then the stronger grunts appear, or the worker, or I forgot what they're called, but it's the robot, the ones with the weird cyber robot faces, helmet things. And so one of them fights Shoma, and then Shoma's, he looks at the elderly couple, they're in danger, and he apologizes to them. And we get to see Shoma is in the forest, and then he's fighting, the stronger looking grunts. And then we see Sheeta and Jeep are, talking to Shoma. They introduce themselves, and of course they're mocking Shoma for protecting the weak. And also they mock Shoma that you have all this power and you choose to defend the weak. How pathetic. And they also mock Shoma for not protecting his mom. And then we see Shoma, remembering what happens, how he and his mother got captured by the bad guys. And we see Neville is, saying, you will make a fine addition to our collection. And we see Shoma, and his mom are captured and struggling. And we see Shoma's the one to break free from, their bonds. And we see Shoma, learns how he escaped. It's his mom that, distracts them. And then we see Shoma's mom, of course, get turned into, the little smaller capture thing. And we get to see Shoma, is in pain, and, see Shoma escaping. And we can see Shoma all pissed off. And then he henshins and he transforms into his base form. And he fights, the stronger looking grunts. And Shoma's having a hard time with the stronger looking grunts. And we see Sheeta and Jeep are watching. And then we see Shoma's, trying his best to, fight the stronger looking grunts. And then we see Shoma gets his butt kicked. And we get to see Shoma, contemplating is he strong enough to protect people? Is he strong enough to, save people? And we get to see Shoma's like, no, I have to protect everyone. And we see Shoma, breaks free from the stronger looking grunts. And then he uses his new marshmallow Gochizo to transform into his marshmallow form. And I got to say, yes, his marshmallow form looks a little silly, but it looks cool at the same time. And so, of course, his marshmallow forms is like really fluffy, and he has a hard time, holding up his sword. Shoma's having a hard time holding up his sword weapon. And we get to see Shoma, fighting the stronger looking grunts with his sword weapon. And eventually, he uses this sword weapon to dig a hole to the stronger looking grunts, or agents. Yeah, they're called agents. And so Shoma uses his weapon to fight the agents. And we get to see Shoma using his finisher to destroy the stronger grunts, or agents as they're called. I remember what they're called. So Shoma uses his finisher, and his finisher is basically turning himself into like this giant looking marshmallow rolling thing. And it's really cool. And he crushes the agents, or the stronger grunts, and he uses a finisher that blows them up. And of course Shoma wins, and then Sheeta and Jeep are all like stunned, and then they retreat. Sheeta and Jeep retreats. And we get to see Shoma is sad that, he couldn't save the elderly couple. And we get to see Shoma, is, walking alone, and that he's, all really sad, and that he couldn't protect them, and that the episode ends off there, and it shows a preview of the next episode. But overall, what are my thoughts on episode 4? Episode 4 was a really good episode. I really like the world building of episode 4. I really like seeing more of our main villains. I really like seeing Shoma's, interacting with other people, and him, affecting other people in a positive sense of their lives. I really like Shoma, just getting more forms as the more treats he eats, or the more, things that he gets. I really like the marshmallow form that he uses in this episode. Overall, this was a solid and pretty good episode. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for my review. I hope you guys like and enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more content to come on the channel. I'm planning on doing more Transformer stuff on the channel, and more Tokusatsu stuff on the channel as well. And I am gonna see Transformers 1 on Tuesday, so stay tuned when I do post my movie review for Transformers 1. But I am seeing the movie on Tuesday, so that's gonna be awesome. And just stay tuned for more awesome videos on the channel. And overall, make sure to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be really supporting me as a content creator, and you'll be really supporting the channel. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.